I know we have to be kind of concise with time.
Yeah.
So real quick, we do have a Huey help question that came
Okay.
through that we need to get to because you have to do an interview pretty soon.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into that
Okay.
before we wrap today.
Okay.
Because I
So
know
let's.
it's a good one.
If you've got trouble, we've got the cure for what ails ya.
The Bay Area's bestie, Huey, is here with advice.
It's Huey Help.
I love Huey help. Okay. I don't have it in front of me because we jumped
Okay.
on live without me even being prepped. So you go ahead.
All good. So, yes, this one, shout out to our listeners who emailed us. So, yeah, you can always email us, chastaandhuey@gmail.com. And let's see. My email did like a full restart. Hold on one sec.
Oh, mine does that. Did it ask you for the authenticator?
No.
Oh,
Okay, here we go. Okay. So shout out to Jimmy who listens to us. So thank you, Jimmy. And yeah, he sent us this email, chastaandhuey@gmail.com, like I said. So he wrote, I think I'm addicted to social media and I'm afraid it's hurting my real life. I spend hours scrolling, debating, and checking my phone. This is during meetings, dinner with my girlfriend, even late at night when I should be sleeping. She's frustrated and my boss has warned me, but I don't want to abandon the online community that I feel connected to. How do I balance my social media so it won't cost me my job or my relationship? I mean, my initial reaction is like, dude, grow up, man up. If it's affecting your like personal relationships, you got a problem. Like, listen, I love social media. I love what it does for us. It gives us a way to connect with listeners, to promote our brand, our projects, things that we do, interviews, and other cool things we get to do. But if people are complaining that you do too much, yeah, just knock it off. I mean, do you want to be alone? Would you rather be home by yourself, staring at your phone and talking to random people that you may or may not know if it's real or not, and versus dealing with people in person?
Yeah. Michaela, I love a good doom scroll too, but truly, it shouldn't get to that point. It shouldn't get to the point where people in your life are like having to intervention you. You know, there needs to be some self-regulation. And I can say that because I literally just did that. I took Facebook off my phone. Like I didn't.
Good for you.
I took it off like the screen. It's still there. I thought I removed it entirely, but it's still like if you type in Facebook, you can find it. That's how they get you. But it's not there waiting on me. So I don't get notifications or anything like that because I was realizing Facebook was just not a healthy spot for me at all.
Yeah.
It was making me literally angry. And I thought, why in the world am I inviting this anger into my life? Especially most times it first thing in the morning, like you open your phone and that's the first thing you see. And now I'm living somebody else's agenda. I'm pissed off at so-and-so for saying whatever. There's nothing good coming from it. So like Michaela, going back to your doom scroll, if you're getting something out of it, if it's relaxing to you or like, Huey, you're an ASMR guy. I like to watch people freaking clean and vacuum. If you're getting some sort of like calm checkout for 10, 15 minutes, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But to just be in it all the time to the point where your loved ones are like, hey, that's not good.
That's the thing. Like I said, if you're maybe a lonely person or you live by yourself, or maybe you live on one side of the country and you have all your family and friends live somewhere else, I get it. Social media is helpful for filling that void of interacting with people, staying busy, communicating, feeling social. That's all good. But when you have like people in your life, like next to you, like let's say your girlfriend sitting right next to you, you rather scroll on your phone and talk to people on your phone on different apps and commenting and watching versus having a conversation with your girlfriend, let's say, for example, that's a problem. It's like, knock it off. Like there is balance. If your girlfriend's not there, maybe she's out doing whatever, then yeah, you can fill that void doing that. But like, it should not ruin your actual relationships with people. Like at the end of the day, we are humans. We need to interact with people.
And take a break and then check yourself how it makes you feel. And you're going to have to take like a full day, maybe 2, to really get past the shakes before you're like, okay, this is what it's like to live normally. For instance, on Sunday when we were at Disneyland, of course, I had my phone on me, like documenting what we were doing and just quickly putting that in my stories, but I wasn't scrolling. I didn't pay attention to the news. None of it. And it was such a lovely break. I didn't have to worry about any of that crap. It was like, it reminded me of life like years back when things
Yeah.
felt a little bit more simple than they do now, you
Well,
know?
yeah, when people couldn't have control of you at your hip or at
Right.
your disposal, like they know, okay, this person has their phone on them. I could totally check in on them right now and like
Yeah.
get an answer right away. So, and it's one thing too, yeah. And keep in mind, like a lot of people post stuff. It's like at the end of the day, if you don't engage with it, interact with it, then that post means nothing. It's just out there in the ethernet doing nothing.
Yeah.
So sometimes not even interacting with that person, it's actually maybe better. That way they lose. It's like your negative post is not going to get any attention. It's not going to affect my life, my daily life. Like move on. But
You're just screaming into the void.
yeah, and if no one's there, it's like who cares? It's a black hole that no one cares about. It's gone.
Yeah.
And you know, after a few days, it's going to disappear. You know, it's going to you won't be able to really find it anymore. But it's interesting too because I don't know if you saw Instagram is testing out a dislike button, and the people I guess that are testing out this beta version. Is that the right word?
Beta.
Beta
Yep.
version. It's got users angry. So it's interesting though. Like, how do you feel about a dislike button feature on Instagram? It's not official yet. They're like I said, they're just testing it out. I know some people who are testing it out, it feels like gives bullies a voice, and it might create some people might feel a little insecure or to post stuff because then they're like worried about all the negative dislikes it can get on it.
I will say it's a two-part answer. Number one, bullies will find a way. Like a bully is never going to squash their own voice. That's just part of their nature. They're going to scream it out into the void. So they'll just put some shitty comment up. So you're not going to really stop the bullies. However, I will say it does invite more toxicity, and Instagram is the place that I'm at most on social because it seems least toxic. And maybe that's why, because it's just a harder comment. You either love it or, you spend the time to interact. And it's very infrequent that I actually comment on things.
I just wonder if you put a dislike, can that person see you disliked your post? Like, I'm curious, like how this actually looks. Like you and I were checking before we recorded today. You and I are not in that beta feature right now or have that opportunity. So I'm curious, if I post something, can I see everyone who dislikes my post? And I'd be like, oh, screw that person. F you.
So a public facing, is it a heart and like a thumbs down?
Because I know I could see all the likes from my setting.
Right.
If everyone that gives my post on Instagram a heart, I could see all those likes.
Sure.
So I wonder if that's the opposite with a dislike. I'm like, oh, these 10
probably
people
is. Because you have to think about it from a social media perspective. They're doing everything they can to notify you of activity. So if people are downing it, they're going to notify you, and you're going to open your phone quick and be like, what? They didn't like my post? F that person. And you're going to be on there even more. See, this is how they suck you in.
But I'll play devil's advocate here. Like, let's be real. When we post stuff on social media or Instagram specifically, we are looking for attention in some capacity.
Yeah.
So be prepared if someone is going to comment or interact, engage in that post in some capacity. So if you don't like that engagement, then don't post anything. Just move.
If you're not prepared to back your shit up, don't post.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know, you know.
Yep. That's what I'm getting at here. So, if you're putting stuff out there, be prepared for how people are going to react to it. And, people interpret things different ways. So, but yeah, with so that's why that dislike button, I'm worried it could kind of create more of a toxic environment though.
I agree.
So,
I don't think that's good. So no go on the dislike button on IG, and put your phone down, bro. Put it down.
Go get some from your girlfriend.
If you really would rather be on your phone than hanging out with your girlfriend, maybe you should rethink your relationships in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Maybe these people are boring. Yeah, tell them.
Yeah, just saying.